Well, hi, friends. Doc South here. Let me move back just there. That's better. I don't know. I don't think I like this. Yeah, being a little too close is. Well, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have to do a video like this. Probably be better. You wouldn't see the holes in my teeth. Eventually, I'm going to get this all fixed. Uh huh. But right now, it's just too darn busy at work to get a day, and also, I think the dentist doesn't work for free. We get a pretty good deal, but you know, uh, it's funny. This one here, okay, that hole. There's actually a wire coming out of my gum. It was placed into my jaw back when I had that auto wreck. I think I've told some of you about back when I was. I think I was a sophomore in college. Sophomore in college. And man, I'll tell you, um, that actually happened. Uh, the anniversary of that wreck would be this coming Monday. And let's see, that would have been something like 1965. Again, I'm just estimating here. What do we got here? 35 and 22. My gosh, 57 years ago? Could that be? I think it could. I don't think I was even 20 when that happened. Oh, man. Gosh. Well, that's a long time ago. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you. The wreck was basically, I was riding back to Ohio University from New Jersey. Uh, a girl I knew, not necessarily a girlfriend, but oh, one could only wish. Boy, was she pretty. Julia was her name. Gorgeous girl. And she lived in Jersey, was going to Ohio University in Athens, Ohio, like I was, and well, she said she'd give me a ride back to the college. Hey, and she was driving, I think it was a TR6. Yeah, her dad gave her a TR6. Uh, I believe it was. No, it wasn't a TR4. I think it was a TR6. I could be wrong, but it was a sweet car, and boy, it was fun to drive. Yes, sir. The only trouble was somewhere around almost to Athens, Ohio. We were in Bel Air, Ohio. It was a cold morning. We were riding along the Ohio River on the Ohio side, and it was chilly night. And evidently, the river had put up a fog. The fog froze on the road surface, and we hit an S curve on a bridge. It wasn't so bad when you were on the ground, but when you were on a bridge, there was nothing to warm. There was no ground warmth, right? And we hit this S curve on a bridge, doing about 50, and man, we had a wreck. Oh my God! Julia was driving, and there was nothing she could do. We were on black ice, and that was that. And head-on collision, I think, with a '56 Oldsmobile, right? And we were both doing about 50, and caramba, oh my gosh, it was a wreck. Um, and I wound up. Julia wound up okay. She didn't really get hurt that bad. I think she may have fractured a finger. I think that's about it. Yeah. And of course, she was just traumatized by the wreck. And of course, me, I basically put my head into the dashboard and left a pretty big hole in it, I might add. And I had all sorts of facial injuries. And oh God, of course, I was in the hospital in Bel Air for about 3 days till my parents came and to get me and to see how I was doing. Naturally, that's my parents were, well, those kind of people. They sure loved their kids, and we loved them. Uh, but I remember, and then I eventually got taken back. The folks took me back to New Jersey, and I had to go in the hospital for about 2 weeks to get all sorts of reconstruction done on my face. Oh, I had my mouth wired shut and all that stuff. Oh my God. I just thought I'd show you. This is pretty much what I looked like in college. This might be my senior, maybe my senior photo. Okay, in high school. In high school. Okay, okay. Yeah, I know. I was pretty good looking, wasn't I? Jeez. Here's what I looked like after the wreck. Can you see it? Oh my God, look at that face. Oh, pathetic. Oh my God. See how swollen and everything? My nose, oh my gosh. Everything was just clobbered. And my nose actually was moved over a little. It doesn't show so much in that picture, but it had to be like put back into place. My mouth had to be wired shut. That's what this one wire is part of. The framework that did that. I think they had to nail some of my teeth back into my jaw. No, they didn't use a hammer and nail, but they somehow got these screws. They drilled holes through my teeth. And I'm telling you right now, that didn't feel too good because I couldn't have anesthetic. Yeah, because there was some reason why I couldn't have it. And I think because I had, well, I'm not entirely sure. I know though my after my mouth was wired shut, I definitely couldn't have anesthetic. I guess they were afraid while working on me if I somehow barfed, well, where would the barf go? I'd choke. Right. So and I was in a mess. I think I had a fractured finger or two, and again these black eyes that would make a raccoon envious. Yeah. Oh, they were like that. Yeah. Oh, that was scary. Looked like some kind of. I looked kind of like a small version, a skinny version of Lurch. Yeah, remember Lurch in the James Bond? Yeah, kind of looked like him. And it, whew, tell you, and everything worked out. I'm pretty much fine. These teeth are probably dripping out of my upper upper jaw. Probably as they hung on as best they could. I mean, gosh, you're talking 50 years worth of hanging on for dear life. I guess they're bound to let go sooner or later. But it's I just boy, I that was that was really something. And that happened after Thanksgiving. And I got to say, whenever Thanksgiving comes along, I think of that. Uh, I think of that day, that Monday after Thanksgiving, and I always am grateful I managed to live and have a family, uh, and have met wonderful people and all that kind of thing. Great girlfriends. Well, my first wife Molly, of course my present wife Sandy, and it's I can't kick. Wonderful kids, uh, Burgess and Sonny, grandchildren Dora now and Sadie, gee, and all sorts of friends. Really, life is good. Every now and then you get clobbered. Someone hits you over the head with a ball bat, but for the most part, that's why they got doctors, rescue people, and hospitals. I remember I always had a pretty good affinity for people that were in bad wrecks when I was a rescue person. I always wanted to make certain I did all I could for them. And in some cases, it was too late for them, but other cases, getting them back in one piece to the hospital and to the doctor's hands, they eventually were okay. They eventually were okay. So anyway, I don't know. I just thought I'd go back on that. Gee, I wish I had the picture of that car. It it basically it was like it was like the stomped on cigar. When you see some guy smoking a cigar and he gets into a fight and before he can spit out the cigar, someone punches him in the face. Yeah, and you got that cigar. That's sort of what the Triumph looked like up front. It sure was a mess. And whew. Another thing too that happened good from that wreck was I remember I think it was an Ohio trooper was behind us. Uh, and no, he wasn't in hot pursuit or anything. He just happened to be behind us when the wreck happened. He was the first one on the scene. And I remember him getting down there and looking us over, and he brought his first aid kit and he was putting dressings on me and stuff. And he said, I remember him saying, you really got hit, but he says, I don't think anything, it looks like a lot of it is just pretty much on your face, not your brain. He says, and you look, he says, I think you're going to be okay, but we're going to have to get you to the hospital. And I remember the rescue squad. Mm. I remember them. We were down an embankment, probably I'd say about 20, 30 feet uh, worth of embankment. And I remember the rescue squad coming and having an awful time getting, well, they had me on a stretcher. There was no way I was going to climb. And remember, they really struggled and pushed and shoved and all that stuff to get me up there. And it was, they were pretty good guys too. They were, in fact, very good. Gave me a good smooth ride into the hospital. Something I always remembered when I did rescue, that people don't need to be jostled. You don't have to do 110. And these guys were extremely good at what they did. And I know also I remember Julia crying and stuff and just upset that I was so hurt. And I always tried to be nice if I were at a wreck and someone was in that situation where they were crying over what they did and all. It was a matter of, I always made a point of saying, look, it was an accident. You didn't mean to do it. It'll all get sorted out. And it looks like the injured here will be okay. That kind of thing. You always tried to assure people because it's like their world just came to an abrupt bang. It's the best way to put it. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just grateful when I think of Thanksgiving that I lived, and I could have been killed easy. If I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, man, that would have been it. That's another thing. Throw your seatbelt on. No, shut up. Put it on. I think that's a very good idea. Very good idea. Okay? All right. Anyway, God bless. Yeah, Lord's Prayer moment. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. And God, keep that coffee coming. Yes, sir. Thank you. No, I didn't have any turkey after that for about 6 weeks because I couldn't open my mouth. Yeah, I had to drink like this kind of chocolate milk nourishment. Yeah, I think I had chocolate 6 days a week, and then on Sunday I had vanilla. It was pretty slim pickings for Christmas dinner, I can tell you that. Yeah, no, I think I was strapped down. I had the mouth strapped down for I think it was about 6 weeks, and man, that really, really stunk. Well, what are you going to do? I'll see you later. God bless. Bye now.